guys, welcome to video number 3. Okay, we're gonna get to some numbers today and we're gonna talk about a more complex topic, so make sure you're concentrated and let's start. So, worldwide obesity has doubled since 1980. Modern lifestyle is really getting to us and the numbers are pretty scary. So the one thing we can do is actually analyze what are we doing and make sure that we're trying with our daily habits to do better than we are, because with these numbers the future doesn't seem very nice, especially if we think of a healthcare cost. Of course, effects of obesity, people who are overweight or have been overweight or didn't feel good about themselves for some time definitely know how that feels, especially if we talk about self-confidence effects. But health effects, money costs, community costs, there may be some stuff we're not thinking at the moment, but long-term make much more difference than just self-confidence effects. Let's just talk a little bit about community cost. For example, somebody is not taking care of their body, of their nutritional daily habits, and then through some time that ends up being the reason for them having a disease or not being healthy, which then leads to the situation where they have to have some medical care. And then if you live in a country where the insurance of a country pays for that, you end up paying for somebody who is not being conscious enough about today's nutrition, today's lifestyle, and definitely long-term effects that can be very bad if we're not paying attention today. So I don't want to be, I'm not negative and I'm not trying to be negative. I'm a positive person and I always try to look at everything from a positive aspect. But in order to just understand how serious this is, we have to know the numbers, and the numbers are not good. They're not working in our favor, but definitely we can make them work in our favor. More than 6 out of 10 men are overweight and more than 5 out of 10 women are overweight, which is a pretty high number. United States and China are the countries who lead in these numbers, but Canada, Mexico, and countries of West Europe are definitely following this number. So let's go back to us. Let's go back to you. From all of these countries and from the whole world, let's go back to you, because we can't affect all the people around us, but we can definitely work on ourselves. First of all, before we even start taking care of your daily nutritional habits, we want to know what's your BMI. I don't know, have you heard of this index before? But this is actually the calculation that helps you see if you are overweight or underweight, or your weight is normal for your body and you just need to work on your muscle mass and body fat percentage. So this is the formula here. You can write it down, make sure you calculate, and then make sure you check where you are on this table here. So you essentially want to try to be in healthy weight 1 or 2. Healthy weight 3 is still good, but lower and bigger number than that are not good, and you want to first work on your weight, and then once you get into healthy weight 1, 2, or 3, you want to work on your body composition, which is your muscle mass and your body fat percentage. So, metabolism, that famous word, right? We all want to have a fast metabolism, the fastest we can, so we can eat everything and look good, right? I know that sounds awesome, but what is our metabolism? Metabolism is actually the muscle mass in our body that is burning the calories we intake. But we have to make a difference between basal metabolism and active metabolism, which is basal metabolism plus our daily active metabolism. But we will go back to that. I just want to go back to basal metabolism, which is what is our body burning if we are not being very active during the day, basically all our body functions. So you can see muscles, even if we don't move, digestion, liver, kidneys, heart, fat, brain, all our body organs are burning fat. And actually it's been proven that when you study, you burn the most calories. But of course, when you study and sit a lot, you also want to exercise so your muscles get a nice shape, right? But you have to know that even when we just talk, study, do our daily activities, our body is burning calories, and that is our basal metabolism. The more muscle we have in our body, which is our body composition, the more calories is our basal metabolism going to be burning, which is better for us. So here you can see what is basal metabolism for women, and for men it's a little bit different. It's always a little bit higher for men, but it's around 1200 for women and 1500 for men. So that is the metabolism without your daily activities. Of course, I'm not talking about basal metabolisms or active metabolism, so you can just count your calories during the day and then say, oh, I burned more calories than I ate and stuff like that, because that is not the point. As you remember, it's not about a quantity, but it's about a quality, and it's all about what our cells need. You remember that from the first video. I'm just doing a little bit of remembering right now. So you want to make sure you know approximately what is your basal metabolism. And you want to work on that, so you want to try to build your muscle mass. This is the system. We intake calories, we intake food, and then they're being burned as a consequence of basal metabolism and our daily active metabolism. So you want to make sure your body composition is good, and you also want to make sure that you're moving enough. So what is the reason and what is the point of having good basal metabolism? Is that you can burn more calories and that your body is more active. And what do you need for that? You need protein for that. So protein is a very important nutrient. Actually, it's one of the first ones people even found and started talking about, because protos means first in Latin. Basically, you have a lot of scales that you can step on that can measure your body composition. You can see what's your muscle mass, and you essentially want to work on that. It's not always about your weight, and it's not always about the number of your weight, but it's about the body composition. So here you can see why is it good to have a bigger muscle mass. And one thing that I'm going to say now, but you will find out that later, that this is not about, oh, eat protein, eat protein, eat protein, eat protein, and your muscle is going to grow. There are different rules during the day we have to follow in order to increase our muscle mass, but we will get to that later. Here, I want you to understand the importance of building the muscle mass. And that's not just for bodybuilders, it's not just for athletes, but it is for regular people like me, like you, who work, have families, have just normal daily activities. We also are supposed to have enough of muscle mass in order to help our metabolism work better. So, we're coming actually to an end of this video 3. And I hope you understood the importance of body composition and metabolism, and and you understood how serious are the numbers we talked in the beginning. Here, I just want to end with one little prejudice people usually have, which is, oh, my parents were overweight and I'm going to be overweight, or my parents were underweight and they had good metabolism, so I'm going to be skinny forever. Or, I'm overweight, my kid is going to be overweight, so if my kid is eating too much candy and maybe not having the best habits, but, I'm saying it's whatever, they're going to be overweight because I'm overweight. That is not true, because only 30% is predetermined by genetics, and other 70% is in your hands. And that's not something that I'm saying, that's something that science has said. So really a lot of the stuff are in our hands, so we just have to make sure that we're working on it, that we have the will to work on it, and that we are trying with our daily habits to work on it. So no more excuses. That's the point of this pie here. No more excuses. Yes, genetics is important, but it's not something that will determine our results. So like in the end of every education we had, I just want to conclude some stuff with you. The first one is that the scale is not a valid indicator of losing weight. We have to make sure that we are looking at our body composition, and we have to make sure that we are watching our muscle. Number 2, basal metabolism is 70% of the consumption of all calories that we take. And if we're careful about caloric intake, we can easily control weight. Of course, that's not going to turn into, oh, I'm counting calories and that's what I can eat, but just to have an idea during the day so you can actually make your daily schedule better. Number 3, if you do reduce the percentage of fat, increase the percentage of muscle, you can forever have the ideal body line and tendency to be healthy. This sounds like some magic line maybe to you, but that is definitely true. As I mentioned before, I will, and this is the last time, I promise, that is the body composition that is really important, where we need a lot of muscle mass in order to have the result we want. And number 3 is the picture we just had on the screen, and that is, it's not about genetics, it's about lifestyle. Number 4, it's all about the lifestyle and the habits we want to have. Okay, I hope this was interesting for you guys. Thank you so much for staying with us, for staying with me. By the way, my name is Dora. Nice to meet you. Nice to online meet you. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow with number 4, which means that we're coming to an end. So make sure you're remembering all this. These are the basic concepts we want to know, so we can actually apply what is coming later. Thank you so much for your attention, and see you tomorrow. Bye!